It's the Woody and Wilcox Show.
It reminds me of when I was locked up in a psychiatric ward with Mike Tyson, which I totally was. And while we were in the psych ward together, I was hitting him up in it's kind of a similar way. I was trying to get him to give me a black eye, and in dead seriousness too. And
This is all real life.
Oh, absolutely, and locked up like in a real psychiatric ward
With Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. And he doesn't even, and he officially doesn't care that I tell you that.
And you
Plus, he doesn't care that I tell you how much cocaine we did together before that. Okay. We didn't arrive at the psych ward together.
Oh, okay.
These two instances were
time.
these
We've
two
done
instances.
coke.
Yeah, it was like 3 years apart. But there we are in the psych ward, and I wanted, and I didn't want him to give me a black eye at that moment. Like once we got out of the psych ward, I wanted to meet up and film it properly.
Sure, right. Making a date.
I was just trying. I was making a date.
I wrote a segment with Wozniak and got a black eye from Mike Tyson.
It wound up being crazier than that. So like, I'm telling him, I'm like, Mike, I'm not asking you to punch me. I'm only asking you to hold your fist out and keep it still with your elbow locked and let me run into it with my face.
But you did that, right?
Right. But I did it later. I said, let me run into it with my face. It's called the black eye game, and I've never lost. And now at the time, like Mike, like he was not. Neither of us were in good shape.
Right.
It was not good. Mike says, "I don't want to hurt you, Steve. I don't want to do that.
Impressions.
I don't want to do that, Steve. Don't do that. You're a good guy, And like whatever. So and I was mortally disappointed. We had the same psychiatrist, which was how we wound up in there together.
Where's that guy, and how do we talk to him?
I think there's some doctor confidentiality laws.
Dude, that doctor does not give a crap. You cannot get through a session with him without him dropping every name on his.
Oh, really?
His Rolodex spills out onto his desk the whole time. And he writes prescriptions. They called me medicine boy when I was in rehab because I had like a cereal bowl full of pills that jerk wrote for me.
Wow.
Prescription city with that guy. God, I had so much resentment. But now, dude, this story is so crazy because, like when we're filming Jackass 3D, which I was completely sober for, by the way, and boy, was that like not fun.
Right. That was your first one.
I mean,
that wasn't.
In a sense, like it's just not easy to do that stuff when you're clean and sober,
Especially early sobriety, right?
Yeah, early sobriety, for God, newfound sense of clarity, like what's going on, like I'm uncomfortable, like everything about it was terrible. And on the set, Bam, he had that trick where like he throws the cup of water in your face and then he sucker punches you.
Yeah.
And you do it in front of the slow motion camera and they play it with the Rocky theme music.
Yeah, it was like 300,000 frames per second.
Yeah,
or something.
1,500.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And it was it's so great. You're supposed to do it in front of the Phantom camera. Bam sneaks up to me and he does it. Totally breaks my nose. And whatever. Like that would have been fine because work is work.
Right.
Another day at the office.
It's the Woody and Wilcox Show.